This is Land of Havilah, Joshua 18. 7 tribes still don't have their assignment of land. Verse 1. The whole congregation of the children of Israel assembled themselves together at Shiloh and set up the tent of meeting there. The land was subdued before them. Comment. After Israel crossed the Jordan River, they made camp at Gilgal, right there by the river. But as of now, they've moved the tent of meeting to Shiloh in the hill country of Ephraim, which means Shiloh is the spiritual center of Israel for now. As Yahweh put it, it's the place where he has chosen to put his name, Deuteronomy 12:5. It's the place to which all Israel should gather according to Yahweh's command in the law of Moses, 3 times per year for the pilgrimage festivals, Deuteronomy 16:1-16. In verse 1, all Israel is gathered there at this moment. The land is subdued, meaning there are still some inhabitants in the land who are holding their own ground, but none of them is looking for a fight, Joshua 10:21 and 11:23. Verse 2, 7 tribes remained among the children of Israel, which had not yet divided their inheritance. Joshua said to the children of Israel, How long will you neglect to go in to possess the land which Yahweh, the God of your fathers, has given you? Comment. It sounds like Joshua's a little irritated with the 7 tribes because they're neglecting their calling from Yahweh. He says, How long will you neglect to go in to possess the land? Yahweh already said many times and in many ways, as he said in Deuteronomy 1:8, quote, Behold, I have set the land before you, go in and possess it, end quote. As it says in verse 1, the land is subdued, but the 7 tribes are neglecting to possess it. So this raises the question for you and me, what has the Lord already promised us and subdued for us that we're neglecting to possess? Which of his promises are we ignoring? Are we being too passive about claiming what's ours, our opportunities? Are we irritating the Lord because we're being too passive? How long will we neglect to possess the land, so to speak? Going on, Joshua tells the 7 tribes the first step they should take in taking hold of their destiny. Verse 4, Appoint for yourselves 3 men from each tribe. I will send them, and they shall arise, walk through the land, and describe it according to their inheritance. And they shall come to me. They shall divide it into 7 portions. Judah shall live in his borders on the south, and the house of Joseph shall live in their borders on the north. Comment. Judah has their assignment. Ephraim and Manasseh are the sons of Joseph, and they have their assignments. Reuben, Gad, and the remainder of Manasseh have their assignments east of the river. And that leaves 7 tribes with no place to call home yet, plus Levi, who haven't been assigned their cities yet. Joshua says, verse 6, You shall survey the land into 7 parts and bring the description here to me, and I will cast lots for you here before Yahweh our God. However, the Levites have no portion among you, for the priesthood of Yahweh is their inheritance. Gad, Reuben, and the half-tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritance east of the Jordan, which Moses, the servant of Yahweh, gave them. The men arose and went. Joshua commanded those who went to survey the land, saying, Go, walk through the land, survey it, and come again to me. I will cast lots for you here before Yahweh in Shiloh. Comment. 3 men from each tribe have gone out to survey the unassigned land. The surveyors will divide it into 7 parts, then Joshua will cast lots to see which tribes get what. The way Joshua has set it up, the men will be motivated to make sure each of the 7 parcels is of relatively equal value. Verse 9, The men went and passed through the land and surveyed it by cities into 7 portions in a book. They came to Joshua to the camp at Shiloh. Joshua cast lots for them in Shiloh before Yahweh. There Joshua divided the land to the children of Israel according to their divisions. Comment. The land was divided, and the borders have already been drawn by the surveyors, and there were at least 21 surveyors, maybe more if there were more than 7 tribes involved. The rest of this chapter describes the borders and cities of Benjamin. Verse 11, The lot of the tribe of the children of Benjamin came up according to their families. The border of their lot went out between the children of Judah and the children of Joseph. Comment. Benjamin will be between Ephraim on the north and Judah on the south. Now the locations that mark Benjamin's borders, verse 12. Their border on the north quarter was from the Jordan. The border went up to the side of Jericho on the north and went up through the hill country westward. It ended at the wilderness of Beth-aven. The border passed along from there to Luz, to the side of Luz, also called Bethel, southward. The border went down to Adaroth Adar by the mountain that lies on the south of Beth Horon the lower. The border extended and turned around on the west quarter southward from the mountain that lies before Beth Horon southward and ended at Kiriath Baal, also called Kiriath Jearim, a city of the children of Judah. This was the west quarter. The south quarter was from the farthest part of Kiriath Jearim. The border went out westward and went out to the spring of the waters of Nephtoah. The border went down to the farthest part of the mountain that lies before the valley of the son of Hinnom, which is the valley of Rephaim northward. It went down to the valley of Hinnom to the side of the Jebusites southward, and went down to En Rogel. It extended northward, went out at En Shemesh, and went out to Galiloth, which is over against the ascent of Adumim. It went down to the stone of Bohan, the son of Reuben. It passed along to the side over against the Arba northward, and went down to the Arba. The border passed along to the side of Beth Hogla northward, and the border ended at the north bay of the Salt Sea at the south end of the Jordan. This was the south border. The Jordan was its border on the east quarter. This was the inheritance of the children of Benjamin by the borders around it according to their families. Comment: the inheritance was according to families, meaning they subdivided the land by family. Now coming up, a list of the cities that fell within Benjamin, verse 21. Now the cities of the tribe of Benjamin according to their families were Jericho, Beth Hogla, Emek Keziz, Beth Arba, Zemaraim, Bethel, Avim, Para, Ophrah, Shephar, Almoni, Ophni, and Geba, 12 cities with their villages. Gibeon, Ramah, Beeroth, Mizpah, Shephirah, Moza, Rechem, Irpeel, Tarala, Zelah, Eleph, the Jebusite, also called Jerusalem, Gibeath, and Kiriath, 14 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the children of Benjamin according to their families. Comment: the cities that can be precisely located today out of all those are Jericho, Bethel, Gibeon, and Jerusalem. Jerusalem's barely within the territory of Benjamin. Judah lies just to the south of Jerusalem, Joshua 15:8. It doesn't matter right now because Jerusalem hasn't been conquered yet. A Canaanite tribe known as the Jebusites occupy Jerusalem, and they'll keep occupying it until King David conquers them. One could argue that Jerusalem then became part of Judah after David conquered it because David was a Judite, and 2 Samuel 5:7 calls Jerusalem David's city. That's the chapter. Joshua 19 is next at landofhavilah.net, Joshua 19. This is the map of Joshua 18. The tent of meeting is at the city of Shiloh in the territory of Ephraim. The lot for Benjamin fell between Judah on the south and Ephraim on the north. On the Google map, the borders of Benjamin were defined by some obscure places. The ones that can be precisely located are Jericho, Beth Horon the Lower, the valley of Hinnom, and Bethel would be here or very close to here. The cities that fell completely within Benjamin are mostly obscure as well. The ones that can be located with precision or near precision include Jericho, Bethel, Gibeon, and Jerusalem. Joshua 19 is next.